everybody, it's Christy back with another video, and we're gonna do something different today. So I bought these a while ago. This is face paint, and I saw an ad for it on the internet and thought, you know, that might be fun to watercolor with because it's water-based. So we're gonna find out if we can watercolor with face paint today. My thinking was that like this would make a really cool like forest landscape. This would make a pretty sunset or deserty landscape, oceans, rainbow just for fun, maybe something kind of ethereal. I don't know. I just thought these would be fun to play with. So the company that I bought them from is called Professional Colors, professionalcolors.com. This is Aqua Face and Body Makeup. So it came with a brush that I am maybe going to use, but I have a few other brushes out that I want to play with today. And they all come capped, which I really appreciate because they stayed nice and good. I've had these for a little bit of time, but if you were only wanting to use like one or two, you would have that option. So I'm just going to go ahead and uncap all of them here. Oh, and then there's like this one. It would be pretty to make hearts, or like that might be a fun one. These might be fun for Valentine's, to make backgrounds for Valentine's Day. No idea. I just thought, will it watercolor? We're going to try it. So there's this one. And then I'm going to talk about the brushes I picked out. You can kind of see them. All right. So my brushes that I picked out to try this with were, I first picked my very chunky Lindsay Wyrick 1-inch flat because I thought, you know, this will be good to pick up a lot of water and to get a really nice, smooth, potentially image. We'll see. I grabbed, which is dirty, I'm going to clean it. There we go. I grabbed a number 6 flat wash from Rosemary and Company. I really like these, and I thought this would be good for if I wanted to do 2 colors only. I grabbed a King Art Premium 2 Original Gold paintbrush. Again, it's got stuff on it. I need to be better at washing my brushes, but for details or picking up an individual color, I thought that would work. And then, I don't know, I picked up my fan brush. I thought, maybe there's something I can do with this. We're going to just play. So the first thing I'm going to do is just do some swatching. I'm going to swatch each one of these individual colors sets, the color sets. So I'm going to go in, use some water, and try to stay on the same spot. And then, well, that's really fun. Okay, it immediately made my water very cloudy though, so we may have to be very careful about the water. So I'm just going over, and I wanted a brush that would fit exactly in here. Oops, see, now there's too much water on my brush. So let's see what happens with this one. Ooh, I like that one. That's pretty. Need a paper towel or I have this. It's very dirty, but it's going to get dirty, so I'm okay with it. I just want to make sure I only have a decent amount of water on the tip of the brush, I think. Yeah. And I can only go in a couple of times. Ooh, I like that one. That one's going to be fun for Valentine's. Okay, and if I just go in once it's wet, it seems like it's picking up real nice as well. We're going to try some wet ones too. I'm going to save that one for last, the rainbow, because it's the most intricate. Okay. Okay, but I really like that one. That was really pretty. And then this one. That one's neat too. All right. It's time. Let's dry you off pretty well. going on with this brush? There's like stuff stuck in it from another project. I don't know. Or is it? I don't know. All right, we're good. All right. What? Okay, some of the colors didn't get in there as well as I might have hoped. So let's use a little bit more water this time. Oops. Let's go again. There we go. Oh my gosh, I love that so much. So now my question becomes, if I wet the paper down first, how is that going to react? So let's try two things. Let's try the sunset colors on top. Okay. Use a thirsty brush to keep that from moving. And then I want to do the oceany maybe colors underneath. I'm kind of going to go like that, and then maybe a little bit like this to try to get some variations in there. Okay. And then now, can I go in with a smaller brush and do just a couple colors, like maybe just these two colors? All right. That's kind of cool. And then maybe like this light white here. Kind of break that up. And I could go with a smaller brush, but I'm just playing right now. Well, that's kind of fun. That's really kind of fun. Let's see. Oh, I did want to try this. All right, that didn't quite work how I wanted it to, but I wanted to see what would happen with that. I wonder if I could like fan over. So let's say I wanted to do like some foresty stuff over top. I can't do that with what I just did with my brush of like, if I wanted to make grass. Ooh, that could be kind of cool. All right. And then lastly, this brush is going to go in and pick up a single color pretty well. Now, obviously, just getting into this, we don't expect any sort of light fastness or anything like that. This is just for fun. I just want to see what I can achieve. Like the white is pretty opaque. This almost reminds me more of gouache than it does of regular paints. But could I do... Yeah, I can go over. And then also, like I'm thinking, can I do like a pretty tree here? That's pretty cool. I could do something that maybe looks like a spooky... tree. yeah, so that's kind of neat that I could do something like that. And could I do, like, say we wanted that one up there. Could I do like a jagged mountainy kind of situation? And how would it blend? So they aren't reacting as much as I kind of would have expected. They're much more like a dye-based situation. So once it goes down, it's kind of down. All right, so now let me try some traditional watercolors over top. I'm going to try to pick something that I probably can't hurt too much. So like, what if I did this? These are my new Poems About You paints. I haven't talked about them yet on the channel, but they are an upcoming fun thing. So this is like a dark blue. So could I go over these in a more traditional type of way? Let's say we wanted to do, because I'm thinking these might be fun to do like a background and then kind of let some watercolors play on top. So that works a little bit more. Oh yeah, that's, so my watercolor appears to be moving a little bit better underneath. I'm going to feel it with my hands. It does still feel like watercolor paper, and I'm not really picking anything up with my hand. I don't see anything chalky or anything like that. So, all right, this is kind of cool. I think I'm going to separate. I'm going to take this paper off and I'm going to separate my paper so that I have some little mini things, and then we will do some pictures on each one. So let me go ahead and get that set up. All right, so I am going to, I just separated this. It's not perfect or anything. It was just to get me some miniature pictures here so that I can go ahead and paint different things. And I'm just going to go ahead and kind of go for it and see what happens. So far, here's where I'm at, and I'm having a ball with this. I just figured I would do a bunch of fun stuff and kind of see where it landed, and I love it. I just think that it is different and unique, and now I'm going to pivot from these and try to go over them with some traditional watercolors to see how that works if it works, if it doesn't work. And yeah, we'll go from there. But I just think this was a really fun, different project and something that I thought would be, fun to play with on the channel and maybe inspire some of you if you have some face paint at home to see what watercolors and what doesn't. All right, so I'm jumping back in for a few reasons because I want to talk a little bit about what's going on here. So first of all, this was a whole lot of fun so far. I'm really having a good time, even if things aren't necessarily coming out to look as good as I would have thought. And there are a few things that I am going to talk about. So thing one is that layering over these paints is a little bit of a learning curve. It almost wants to feather on me. And also it doesn't spread like normal. It almost is as if whatever's in these paints does create some sort of barrier on the watercolor paper. And that is completely possible. And that doesn't mean that there's anything wrong with them because they're not meant to go on watercolor paper, right? But I just thought it would be fun to try this and see what it might do. So I think like when I tried to do the mountains, I ended up just having to do one big mountain. And so even with the water here, it's looking good, but I do want to get a little bit more of a white. So I am going to go over it with my bleed proof white because I definitely want to create this sun here. It's like setting sun. And then we'll put some sparkles on the water with a smaller brush yet. There we go. So there is my sun. And then I'm not thinking about any others that I'm going to do that with. I may just go in here and start adding some almost like foamy water situation because yeah, that just looks a little bit more organic there as well. All right, so while I'm doing this and just working on a few of these paintings a little bit more, I'm not going to do a ton more. I want to ask you something about the giveaway. So I announced a giveaway today. There are 2 prize packs that are up for grabs. They are in my community tab post, and that is where you need to leave your comment. Don't leave it on this video. I'm not going to look on this video. But in that community tab post, you are going to make a post and tell me that you are whatever I asked you to tell you there. I don't know yet. I haven't decided. But I had a live, and if you go back and watch the live, you'll see 1 extra entry that you can add to your answer. For this extra entry to the answer, so for this video, the extra entry that you get is in your comment. Can you please tell me what your favorite thing is to make with art? What is your favorite type of picture to create with art? Mine is probably some kind of landscape with evergreen trees. So that's my favorite. And I want to know what your favorite is. So you can go over to the community post and you can post that along with the giveaway answer. Only post one time and just include everything that I want to know in the post, and you will get a certain number of entries based on whether you do 1, 2, or 3 things. So you get up to 3 entries for this giveaway. It is international, so good luck to everybody. It will end on January 5th. All right, so let's keep going here. I wanted to add a few more things. Speaking of evergreen trees, I'd like to put one evergreen tree, just one single tree on this picture as a silhouette. I do find that doing the silhouette thing with this is extremely fun. Like, these were very fun to do. So that might be the way that I would use these. But I don't know. I just think that it's like, even there, can you see how it's kind of trying to feather on me? Because I don't know if the paint just doesn't want to absorb into the paper anymore. That seems like kind of what's going on. But it's okay. Like, this was just to have some fun and try something different. And not everything that we try is always going to work 100% the way we want it to. But we never have new experiences if we don't give some certain things a try once in a while. So I think this was a lot of fun, and I'm really glad that I gave it a shot. Yeah, I just thought maybe one single evergreen tree on here would kind of look cool. And I may extend like this kind of thing along the bottom. And if you've never done this with a piece of watercolor paper, even just with your normal paints, where you just go ahead and put a bunch of different sections on paper and just try to make different things, I would recommend it. I think it's such a fun activity and such a nice way to just not take anything too seriously. Because, like, at the end of the day, like, this one's just a rainbow, but I'm leaving it because I like it. I like how it looked. I'm going to leave that one the way it is. I'm going to leave this one with just a little bit of sea foam on that water. Oh, I meant to go back to this bleed proof white, and I meant to add some sparkles. So let's just do some lines right underneath here that are super white. And then a couple sparkly spots in the water. Like that. Maybe feathering out just a little bit in either direction. All right, yeah, I like that. Oh, I like that so much. It looks so much better. And then I wanted to add birds here. Let's add some birds. I use this Payne's Gray, which is already getting a ton of love in this palette. So we'll just add. I'm very nervous this is gonna feather like crazy. Yep. No. Well. Let's see if we can save it. All right, that doesn't look so bad now. Just not a lot of water on this brush. There we go. All right, I think I saved it for the most part. I'm not going to fuss with it too much more because, again, this was just a fun idea. This here I kind of thought would be neat to do like a big heart in the middle. I don't know what color I want the heart, though. I thought this would be like a cool idea for a Valentine's card, maybe. But now I'm not sure what color I would make the heart. Maybe like, what color is this pink going to be too? I can't go back once I do it. Oh no, that's going to look okay. That's what we're going to do. This pink is kind of opaque. It's really pretty. This palette I have here is the Poems About You. It's like a metal sampler tin. And I have a lot of Poems About You paints. I really like. She's a handmade watercolor maker that I really love. I just recently picked up some more that are coming in the mail. But this is her Dioxazine Violet that I kind of wanted to add to this palette. And then I also really like Kay Hannah Honeyhues, and I am going to have some of her paints in this palette also because it's nice and it's metal. And we're going to go through some of that at some point on the channel. So then maybe I'll do some little hearts if they don't feather. Ooh, that one feathered. So now we got to make it a little bit bigger. Yeah. So as soon as I add a lot of water, it's like the water control that I normally have with these paintings is definitely not the same. So it's just something to be aware of. It's just something to be aware of if you decide to do this. But I just thought it would be fun. Okay, so there's that one there. Did I just fling paint? Ooh, see, we're bleeding again. Oh, man. Oh, man. Okay, that one might just be dead. Yep. All right. Well, I went too far with that one, but it's all right. It's all right. I don't think I can lift it off. A little bit, but it didn't really work. But that's okay. All right, let's just keep focus on these others. Maybe I'll put in a shoreline on that one. Let's give that a try. It seems to like the Payne's Gray. So maybe we'll add some Payne's Gray here. That looks good, although I need to straighten that out on the bottom. And we'll go over here and do so there is that one. I want it to come up a little higher here, like that. Yeah, that looks better. Since it's closer to us, it looks more like it's in the foreground. Yeah, okay. So I think that's where I'm going to stop this, but can you face paint? Can you watercolor with face paint? The answer is yes, you can. It does work. Should you watercolor with face paint? I don't know if I will do this again. I think that there might be an application for this that I haven't found yet, but I do think that it was fun. If you already own the paints, go ahead and give it a whirl. Tell me what you think. But as far as a replacement for making backgrounds, it did make a bunch of backgrounds really quickly, but I'm not sure that I like them better than when I just do them myself. So this isn't the hack I hoped it might be. But this is definitely a fun activity that I'm glad that I tried, and we learned something today. So hopefully you enjoyed this journey with me. Like I said, make sure that you go over and you can tell me in the giveaway what your favorite thing to paint is. And as far as this video, I would like to know which of these was your favorite and what you would do with this set of face paints and watercolor. How would you use them together? I would love to know that in these comments below. And that's going to be it for me today. I hope that you enjoyed this and this inspires you to paint a desert silhouette today. And we will see you guys in the next video. Bye for now.